My name is Abraham Noehays, and I'm here with the Phoenix Composting Toilet by Advanced Composting Systems. This is a toilet system which doesn't use any water. It doesn't flush with water. It doesn't pollute any fresh water when you use it. What you see in your bathroom is this commode in the bathroom, in the place where your regular toilet would be, and then there's a chute that runs down from your bathroom down to the basement, and this tank would be in your basement. And in this tank is where the composting happens. Now what happens after you've used this toilet and your deposit has fallen down into this big blue tank, you then add also a small scoop of wood shavings, and you build by using the toilet and adding the wood shavings, you build a compost pile in here essentially, like you'd have in your backyard. And over the course of 3 or more years, your human waste breaks down into compost, and by the time that the compost comes out this bottom door, it is the consistency of garden mulch that you might get at the garden center. It doesn't smell bad, doesn't look bad. It looks like something that you would pick up in a bag at the garden center. And there are several advantages to this. The obvious one is it doesn't use water, and in a flush toilet you take essentially drinking water, and your toilet bowl fills with drinking water, you make it dirty, you send it down a pipe, and then either in your own septic system or in the town sewer system, it has to be an expensive process for turning that water back into something clean enough to put into the ground or into the river. So you're making good water dirty and then trying to make dirty water good again. With this toilet, you bypass that whole process, and instead of polluting water, you are using your own manure to make, over the period of time through decomposition, a fertilizer product. It comes out as a product that is something that plants love, and it feeds plants. If you bury it underground near fruit trees, the fruit trees will grow better. You can use it for ornamentals. It makes a valuable compost. It doesn't smell at all, because on this side of the tank there's a vent fan, and the vent fan draws air constantly, a slow flow of air down the toilet chute, through the composter, out this vent pipe, up through your roof, where the odors can't cause any trouble. So you end up with a vent system that is taking air out of your bathroom at the toilet, where you would ideally want the air to leave your bathroom, so it smells less than a regular flush toilet, because as you use the toilet, air is flowing down the chute and away. So people often think, well, this is going to smell, and the truth is it smells less than a flush toilet. What else do we have here? The only maintenance that you do on this system is once a week you run this pump, and this pump applies water to the compost pile, because if you had an outdoor compost pile, rain would be falling on it and keeping it moist, and compost needs to be moist to work. So this pump brings up liquid and applies it to the top through nozzles so that the compost stays moist. And then there's a crank in here, and the handle hasn't arrived at this trade show yet today, so I can't show you, but you would turn this crank and this shaft rotates, and inside the toilet the shaft has spikes sticking out of it, so those spikes will automatically turn your compost. And that's the sort of thing you do in a backyard garden compost pile, but this one you don't want to obviously be reaching in there with a pitchfork, so that crank does it by itself and makes the compost nicely mixed. I believe those are all the main features of this toilet. To recap, what it does is it detaches your toilet from your septic system. So if you have a very old septic system that's not working so well, if you're building a new house in a place where the septic system is going to be very expensive to install, this can let you extend the life of your septic system because it takes the strain off of it, or it can also let you install a smaller septic system because you don't have as much water going into it, and you can save money by building it smaller.